What's up, everybody, and welcome to another Pro VOD review. We are going to be looking at a round between OpTic and DRX, where we have a perfect example of how you should set up and approach a defensive round. And let's go ahead and hop right into it by taking a look at their setup as the round starts off. Right before freeze time ends, we're going to see two players at showers. Right here, a chamber with a tour de force and a brimstone to kind of support him on his push out. We've got a floating raise who's kind of checking short, but is eventually going to actually rotate towards B. And then we also have a Viper in hookah and a Sky at long. Now, this is a really interesting setup because we can see that there are two parts of the map that I would classify as very strong due to utility. We have a trademark here in short, which not only will provide information if somebody pushes there, but can also provide a very dangerous slow for attackers to try and push through. On the other side of the map at hookah, we have Viper with the Viper wall, not only blocking line of sight, but also providing a very serious threat in terms of the decay damage that it can apply as people try to funnel into this choke point. So as the round begins, we're gonna see some utility exchange at B long. We have a slow kind of default from DRX, and then we have this aggressive push up onto the shower angle by the two players over there. And this is really important because basically this chamber has pushed all the way up to this angle. And this is giving OpTic a huge amount of information about where DRX is, and also just a lot of map control as well, because as long as the tour de force is holding this angle, it's basically impossible for DRX to push into this safely. So we're gonna see Ye push all the way up here, and he's actually gonna punish this very deep default. Once this kill is collected, now OpTic has essentially completely locked DRX from ever coming to the showers again for the rest of the round. There's just no way that they're gonna be able to re-clear this, especially since it was just kind of a spotter back here. They're just not going to want to invest the time and resources to come back here. Now, as Ye finds this kill, there's going to be a pretty immediate reaction from DRX because they know that they have lost a very important part of the map in showers, and so they need to kind of make an aggressive play to take something back from OpTic. Otherwise, they're eventually going to get kind of compressed into a super small part of the map where they're just going to have to run into a bunch of utility and a bunch of bad angles to try and plant the spike. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna start sending it up short. We see them immediately push down short, break the trademark, and they also start exploring B long. The cool thing that we now see OpTic do is they know that there's a pretty good chance that DRX is going to reactively try to take some map control in B long, because they probably don't wanna try and push into a Viper in hookah. So what OpTic does now is they actually put two players in a stack to fight down B long. And they end up out dueling Stacks there, who is going exploring and looking for some contact and information. So right off the bat, we see OpTic using their players in cool ways where it's like, okay, we want showers. We're going to send two people there, 1, 2, we get showers. Now we want to make sure that we take B long. So we put two players there, 1, 2, and simultaneously you'll notice that the Viper falls back out of hookah because it's dangerous if there was a play coming into hookah to be the only player there without any sort of support. And so this is all a very well orchestrated set of player rotations by OpTic that is perfectly countering what DRX is trying to do. So now it's important to understand the context that because OpTic double swung with the Sky and the Raise, and they were kind of showing presence of the Viper on B, although it is possible, I suppose, the Viper could be A, they've essentially given up the information that they have three players on the B site. And so you'll also notice that there's going to be a very kind of slow rotation back to a more passive position for the two players on A, because they know that DRX is going to see three players B, realize that kind of their last chance to win this round is to push A with their three players into a two-player stack and hopefully overwhelm them. And as a result, OpTic is going to sort of pre-rotate back to a passive angle where they can just kind of hold the only important parts of the map that they really need to hold on to, which is the lamps area, and then just kind of holding the triple box. And as you can see, DRX makes a push to try and take over the A site and ends up essentially just walking into a perfectly orchestrated defensive round from OpTic to close out the map in a very important series. So this is exactly how you want to structure a defensive round, with rotations and strong and weak parts of the map and utility to absolutely shut down a top tier team in Valorant.